Hello and welcome to Crush Your Mountain Health. I am so thrilled and happy to have with me Sue Romano. And let me tell you about this young lady. Sue Romano, she got her BS in pharmacy at the University of Wisconsin. She studied at the Midwest College of Oriental Medicine. She went to Oak Park in the high school. So this, as you can see, is a high school girl. And trust me, do not let the beautiful silver hair fool you. This woman has the spunk of a teenager, and she has the knowledge and wisdom that we value here at Crush Your Mountain. Sue Romano, Shasheng, well, no? Yeah, Shash, no? Shash. Yeah, Shasheng. Shash. Welcome to Crush Your Mountain.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you for having me. I really am grateful that I'm here sharing time with you.
Well, you know, when we connected, I got a sense of your knowledge, wisdom, and energy. I had said, this is the lady that has to come on the program. And I wanted to touch base with you. You know, in scripture, particularly in Revelation, you'll find, and even in, to my recollection, in the Hebrew scriptures as well, there's the reference to the leaves of the trees. And they say, for instance, in Revelation, they see this river that flows forth from the throne of God, and then the 12 trees spring up on either side of it, and it said that the leaves are for the healing of the nation. So my question is this: in your experience in Oriental medicine and in general, how has that translated? The leaves, the natural medicine, God's medicine, as it were, how has that helped individuals in your experience?
Well, what's really interesting is that God put everything on this planet for a reason. He went into the future and he saw what we needed here right now. And he gave us all the things that are available. Like, for instance, even cannabis is one of the leaves from the tree that for MS, Parkinson, the CBD part of it, for seizures, and we don't even know all the, depression, no appetite. And then of course the THC part you have to have for anti-cancer. And we don't even know all the other benefits, because for our body, everybody's different, and who knows what's the side effect or the benefit side effects for each person. So the leaves of the tree, and then, even the barks, even the seeds, all the different parts of the plant, there's incredible benefits. So it's really, really cool that he thought of everything. He thought of everything.
That's amazing. So now, how does Chinese medicine define the body as opposed to Western medicine? Western medicine tends to be, I often feel like I'm some sort of car going to the mechanic shop. Okay, it's your leg. Let's replace that. Or you just put the knees in. Or you're having some sort of liver. You got a liver issue. We're going to replace that. Or we're going to give you a medication for your liver. But Oriental medicine tends to be a little bit more, I would say, holistic and comprehensive in its approach. Could you expound on that for us, please?
Well, in Chinese medicine, we look at your tongue. We look at how your bowel movements are. We look at your pulse. We look at what your body is communicating with us. We'll even look at your nails, your hands, your feet, your face, your ears. Everything is communicating to us. And now Western medicine is discovering, of course, that even our emotions, because the mind does affect our matter, and Chinese medicine looks at our emotions. So every organ in Chinese organs, meridians, the organs have an emotion to it. So if you have sadness, you have lung problems, asthma, bronchitis, cough, laryngitis, etc. And then liver, what's really interesting about the liver is that the more the liver is aggravated, the more you're going to get angry. But if you stop being angry, start being happy, your liver starts to heal, which is fantastic. And of course, kidneys, it's lower back pain and fear. But you know, if you change your emotions, you can change. You know, like I'm not starting to sound like Louise Hayes, but if you change your emotions, you can change your life. I mean, God made it so simple that if you're happy, your brain looks healthier, happier, and your hearts are healthy, your cells become happy. So stop being in fear, which will weaken your back and weaken your bones, and you can start to be more healthier. Simple. He made it simple. Laugh and be joyful, and your everything's going to be healthier, and you'll stay younger and more vital. But anyway, Chinese medicine is they look at things from a different perspective, and they look at that. It's like, because God created us from earth, so we're a terrain, we're the microcosm of the macrocosm, and a lot of people heard that. So when the river is flowing, with the rivers flowing, everything is healthy, the water is clean, everything is flowing. But if a tree falls in front of it, or some kind of stagnation, or some blockage, then you start having pain. Your body communicates with you, hey, over here there's some blockage. So that's why then when you stick a needle in, you or massage it or you stretch it, you're moving the energy, you're moving that blockage out of the way, and you're going to get healthier. It's really interesting.
So it sounds like you're moving more into the discussion of acupuncture at this point, and I gather that that you have a heritage of that in terms of your parents having been doctors, having started an acupuncture practice. So how does acupuncture itself help in terms of a person's health and overall well-being?
Well, it stimulates your corticosteroids, it stimulates your own endorphins, and it makes it, you know, you just, when you put it in there, you connect the chi. I mean, I have stuck a needle in somebody up here. It's a gallbladder meridian, gallbladder 20, and all of a sudden he goes, oh my God, I felt it down here. He felt the flow of energy. Like I open up the flow of energy, and he felt it. It's acupuncture. Acupuncture. I mean, if it wasn't for acupuncture, it opens the flow of energy, stimulates your own corticosteroids, your own endorphins, which is above your kidneys, and it automatically heals you. You don't need to take steroids. You don't need anything, because your body already has it. And it just, I don't know, it gets all the energy flowing. So then you're healthy. When your energy is flowing, you're healthier. That's why it's really important to get up and move around and exercise, and don't just sit around and be a couch potato, as they say. Or but actually, for us, some of us Zoom people who are just sitting there watching a Zoom class and never getting up or even moving and stretching ourselves just to get that energy flowing again. So we're like even when we're massaging ourselves, when we're touching a spot that hurts, I mean, our body's communicating with us, is telling us, hey, come over here, touch me, rub me, love me, don't bitch at me in this spot. You start massaging it, you're doing acupressure, and you're stimulating, and you're breaking up that energy, stuck energy, and you're acupuncturing yourself in your, you know, it's really fantastic by you communicating with your body.
So you mentioned something there I want to sort of hone in on. You mentioned the word chi as well as energy, and so many of us are, being people are so inundated with the Western model, they don't quite get it. And so would you help us to appreciate a little bit what is ki or chi and its connection to the body and the body's energy and natural healing ability?
We're all energy. The truth is, we're all energy. We're just vibrations of molecules I mean, of course, now we know that we're mostly bacteria and viruses, but we're energy. It's all energy. Everything is energy, and the health is when the energy is flowing. The health is when the energy is moving in our body. Unhealth is when the energy is stuck. Like I was saying about the river flowing, and when it's stuck, all that water around that energy that's not flowing, it gets yucky and mucky, and then it could turn into a cyst, and then it can turn into a tumor. And so chi is when your energy is flowing. You can feel chi when you can feel chi when somebody is staring at you. You can feel it. You can feel it when you walk into a room, and you can feel when somebody is excited to see you or when somebody's not excited to see you. You can feel it if you really tune into your body. You could feel that energy. Energy is, everything is energy. So when you're sending good energy out, and you're like praying or anything, you're sending out good energy. And when you're thinking negatively, that energy is no good and down. And when you have love, you can send that love. That energy spreads all across, it could spread out miles away. People can heal people sending energy by thinking about something and praying for them. You're sending energy out. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because years ago in 1973, when I started, I would say to these doctors, I said, our body's made of energy. And they would say, no, it isn't. And it's just like, yeah, well, atoms and protons and neutrons, we learned that in high school. That's vibrating all the time. That's energy. It's molecules moving. We're energy moving all the time. That's how we have the energy to move forward.
And I found this to be very amazing. Everything that people are saying now, what you've just said, much of it has been verified by the study of quantum mechanics and quantum field theory. But I also wanted to ask you this: the energy that we have can be improved or maintained by what we put into our bodies. Many individuals in this country suffer from a number of illnesses. The number one illnesses, or the top 3 illnesses in this country right now, is type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. What elements can be used to affect the body in such a way so that their energies can rid themselves, or at least heal themselves of those ailments?
Well, I really believe that one of the most important things is exercise, moving your energy. Like I was saying, that's health. So people who are diagnosed with diabetes, if you start exercising and moving your energy and moving that blood flow, and the more exercise you do, your blood pressure will go down. The more exercise you do, you start losing some weight. And when you start losing the weight, your diabetes will go down. That is one of the most powerful things is exercise. Even just going out for a walk 3 times a week for an hour, 3 times a week, you're going to improve your brain, and you're going to improve your health, and you're going to feel better. There's so many different kinds of exercises too. There's this one exercise that I really love, that the nitric oxide, that Dr. Zach Bush, what he does is he has an exercise that you do for 5 minutes 3 times a day, and you can go onto YouTube and see it. And they got the Nobel Peace Prize for discovering nitric oxide, and it helps for, one title of one of the YouTubes is erection and blood circulation. And it's because all of us needs blood flow and circulation. That's how you stay healthy. And exercise is one of the great ways, plus nutritions, like kale and beets and things like that. Eating healthy foods, you will get that energy from the different colors of the food. You're going to get healthier that way. It's all energy, vibration. And when you're positive, you get better vibration. Yeah. Just be happy. Just be happy.
That is absolutely true. Here's the thing. What foods have you had anecdotal experiences that you can share and see some remarkable results?
Well, I mean, my husband with his, when he started eating pomegranate seeds, because I had some, and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh my God, my headache went away," and that happened.
Pomegranate seeds, really?
Yes, and it's now in season. Pomegranate is great to eat. It looks like corpuscles, and headaches are, it looks like it's for blood flow, your circulation. And so eat pomegranate. It's get yourself ready for winter. Eat pomegranate or have pomegranate juice if you don't want to futz with the seeds. But the seed is the essence of life. The seed is eating seeds, like, yeah. And then of course with my husband also, when he ate sunflower seeds, I mean, he started somehow his body started craving it. We put in a bowl and he would just start eating it and chewing it. And when he started eating sunflower seeds, his all of a sudden he says, "Oh my God, I'm peeing stronger," because as the prostate gets swollen as you get older, it gets swollen. It presses on the bladder, and then when it starts to shrink because of the sunflower seeds, his pee came out stronger. And actually my experience is when I told one of my patients who was on prostate medication, he actually got off his medication because he started eating sunflower seeds. So there is, it's interesting. Even in Chinese medicine, they have bat feces is great for, because bats can see at nighttime. They have it in the Chinese herbs, bat feces, for night vision, because that's what bat is really good at. But
Okay, so just for clarity, we just said bat poop will help you see at night.
yes. Well,
So
most people.
so now I'm a big superhero fan. So somehow or another, I'm thinking Bruce Wayne sitting there going down, scraping up guano.
And boiling it and drinking the liquid from it. But even it's like sesame seeds, it's so little, but it's good for kidneys. It's great for, kidneys is the basic foundation of everything. If you have your kidneys working, you have the yin and the yang part, you have the strength, and you have the fluid, the liquid. The yin is the fluid and the yang is the strength. And we all want, we're at 70% fluid, just like Mother Earth is 70% fluid. We're 70% fluid. And when you have the sesame seeds, it has the minerals, it's the calcium and the minerals in there that is great for your bones, etc. I rather do that than I rather take a pill, because you can sprinkle sunflower seeds and sesame seeds on everything, dessert and main course, and just chew it really well. You're going to like, oh, this is helping me. And let your food be your medicine. Let your medicines be food. I really believe Chinese medicine is what Hippocrates was talking about. Do no harm. Because with acupuncture, you're never going to hurt anyone. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is because they didn't stick with it long enough, but they can't hurt you. Maybe you won't get the result right away. Maybe it's going to take you a long time, a while longer than 2 or 3 or 4 treatments, but it's helping you. It's, and it doesn't do any harm. Whereas with Western medicine, I always tell patients, I said, I don't know what's going to happen to you. Your body's going to tell us. I don't know. Hopefully it'll help you. We don't know. But with Chinese medicine, there is like for allergy medicine that I took, for example, I had allergy when I was 40 years old. And actually what's really interesting is that, with allergy, each year you get worse and worse, and you have to take stronger medications, and you suffer a lot. Whereas Chinese medicine, they get rid of the damp heat in the upper area, and then each year that you keep taking it, your allergies is not as bad. It's because it's curing your internal your natural area that's healing you. I mean, it's fantastic. So do no harm to our bodies.
That's such an important point. Hippocrates, for those of us that may not know, is considered the father of modern medicine. Now, he existed about 3,000 years ago, but he's the father of modern Western medicine. Ironically, though, the very statement that you said tells us something. It comes from the influence of Eastern medical philosophy, because let food be like medicine, let medicine be like food. Well, it's pretty much all foods one way or another in Eastern medicine. You know, tell me something else. You had an experience, I believe, with treating a person with, via acupuncture who had a shoulder issue. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was a it was actually a long time ago. It was a frozen shoulder, and she was a librarian, and so anyway, so I had studied in China, and I had seen my parents acupuncturing people, and anyway, about the fifth treatment, I heard her moaning as the needles were in, and she's going, and I'm thinking, holy crap, what did I do? I never heard anything like this. And then she called me that night and she says, guess what? You unfroze my shoulder. Because that body had to go or something like that. It was really quite amazing. You know, I mean, in China, you know, when I look at somebody with their shoulder problem, it's just like, what responsibility are you shouldering? It's emotional part too. What responsibility are you, what are you shouldering that's hard on you, and you're carrying so many other people's problems. But anyway, thank goodness for her, she responded, and I had never seen anybody moan like that. But well, I just want to say something. You know, our body, what's really, really interesting is our body, each point on our body is exactly the same on everybody else. So when you touch certain points, like if a hip cup point or whatever, it's going to do the same response, which is really, you know, our body is amazing. If we just learn to appreciate it and not bitch at it, like Louise Hay says, never bitch at your body, and just love it. I would love to share one story that what happened to me. And I learned about the difference between our mind and our body. And my husband was in the hospital, and I had to carry all these boxes up the stairs to the second floor. And oh my God, my back was killing me. I was just like, and so I started rubbing my back and I said, body, thank you so much for working so hard for Dan and I love you. And I had never done anything like that. And all of a sudden my back pain went away like that. And I'm like, wow, you are the coolest body ever, because I gave it love and appreciation. And you know that when you give your wife love and appreciation, she wants to do more for you. But if you bitch at it, like, oh man, oh man, my back is killing me again, you're hurting yourself, because because the body's doing everything for us. It's always doing everything. And when we bitch at it, oh, if somebody bitches at you, do you want to do more? No. But we all need love. We all need love. It doesn't matter. Our body needs love too, because it does everything for us.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, now, here's the thing about it with our bodies and the idea of gratitude, because this is what you're bringing up.
Yeah.
How does the practice of gratitude help with a person's state of physical being?
Well, I have to keep bringing God into it, because God is big in my life. And God says when we are in gratitude, it's the fastest way to communicating with him. And when we are in gratitude, it's, you know, like if you're like, you're upset or whatever, but then you turn it around and you just say, you know what? Thank God I'm alive. Thank God my limbs are working. Thank God I can see, I can walk, I can talk. It changes our energy and we're in a different state. And when we are grateful that we have a roof over our head, or we have grateful that we have, you know, that we're able to see, it makes us healthier. It puts us in a different energy of being more abundant. And you can't, you don't feel poor anymore in any way, or lack of, or whatever the word is. You're feeling like blessed. And yeah, I love gratitude. I'm counting my blessings all the time. I'm grateful for it. Makes me feel happier when I am grateful.
How does the intake of the natural medicines, natural foods regulate the yin and yang, the masculine and feminine within the male, so that it balances out, so that he does have the proper testosterone and blood flow, etc., in order to function as a man.
That's an interesting question. I never, I mean, like I said,
You
sunflower
listen to the
seeds.
BBC?
Huh?
You ever listen to the BBC?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
same one. And then you want to appreciate the joke when I say, "Welcome to Hard Talk." You know,
So, I mean, like eating sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds and certain things that can help their um, prostate to be stronger. Because as men get older, this is the biggest problem: is that there, inflammation, stress, and all this other stuff. So it's not only but eating fast foods, you're getting no nutrients, and you're getting, and it's easy because I don't know how. I think if men learn to cook for themselves, if they start cooking food and start thinking of it as like, oh man, and buy organic, which is cleaner, you're going to start, when you're cooking, you're thinking to yourself, oh man, this is going to be good for me. I'm going to really enjoy it. You're putting love energy into it, and it's going to change the vibration of the food for you. Even praying before you eat and thanking it, you're going to change the vibration of your body, the molecules in the water of the food and anything else. But when you're eating microwave food, you're eating foods that are fast foods, you're getting no nutritions, and you're getting calories, only calories. And so that part, I mean, there is so, if you Google, things to help my testosterone, foods that will help my testosterone, you will find the answer. And when you start picking out some of that food and you start eating it, it's going to be healthier. And you buy organic, and you cook it, and you give it love, your body is going to vibrate at a healthier way. I mean, I can't specifically give you anything, but just say,
you're
hey,
doing just fine, especially seeing that I love to cook, so it's
yes,
perfect.
it's good. And when I'm cooking, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat it. It's going to be so delicious. And then sometimes my husband says, because he used to like, some other stuff that I really wasn't too crazy about health wise. And I would eat it. He would eat it. And he goes, oh, yours tastes better, because he could feel energy. He goes, yours is better because I'm doing like, oh my God, I can't wait to have it. And if you have that attitude when you're cooking, you're like, oh, this is going to be so good. You're changing you're telling your food you're so good, and thank you for producing for me. That changes energy.
That's such an amazing perspective, because when you find that a food is made with love, okay, so there's intentional cooking with love, and the fast food chains, they cannot create that, so they mimic it by adding food, more fat, more sugar, more salt, and things that destroy the body. If they are serving a meat, it's distressed meat.
Yes.
And
Yes.
oftentimes it's not organic. We haven't discussed the hormones, we haven't discussed the pesticides and things like that. But
Yeah.
you know, there's such a wide variety, and I'll tell you what, we'll probably keep you here for another 2 or 3 or 4 hours just talking, because both you and I are talkers, and this is a subject that we can bounce off of and feed off of one another all day long. But I've got to ask you just one more thing, okay? And I ask this to all my guests at the end of our program. You see, so Sue Romano, let me ask you this: what does it mean for you to crush your mountain?
Crush your mountain. Go after your passion. Climb that mountain and attack it with all your heart and your mind. And whatever it is that you love, you will crush it. And just do it with love. Just do it with like, hey, this is what I love. This is what I want. And this is what I feel, and believe in your strength, and believe in trust your gut, trust your feelings, and you will crush what you want to get. Attack, reach, climb every mountain. I love that song.
Okay, excellent. Now, here's the other thing though, friends. As you know, I always end my programs with a specific saying. And I want to tell you what, Sue Romano, I want to thank you so very much for being with us today. You are an amazing person, an amazing guest. I knew that when we touched base on my candidate training, and the way you kind of stepped in there as I gotta connect to this lady. I have to get into that mind of this person. So I want to thank you again tremendously for being part of our programs and coming on. We look forward to more from you, because we really got to do a deep dive into some of the intricacies of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and how it can help individuals, functional medicine, things like that. So until that time, friends, as I always say, don't just climb your mountain, crush through it. We'll see you next time.